Hi, it's Roni, and welcome to my channel, A Mixed Media Frenzy. This is the day that we all use the same sketch, but come out with different layouts. And this is the sketch that we're using today. I'm not going to be using circles, but I am going to be using hearts. Those are my granddaughters, the twins. And see, even back then, there was a huge difference in their size. There has been since the day they were born. And I pointed to those oh, what are they called? Tassels. Tassels, I think that's it, with the paper clip. And the reason I pointed to them is because Moira, I am pretty sure, had those one day. And I said, oh, I've never had them. I lied because I found some back in my stash in the Paige Evans uh, iris container. Yeah. And I thought, well, I'm going to have to challenge myself to use them on this layout since I found them. So yeah, one of them is going to go on here just because of what I said that day. I cannot believe I had some. I didn't remember them. And as you can see, the package looks brand new because I have never touched them. So I've had them for a while, I'm pretty sure, because I had to even open the 6x6 paper pad that you see laying there. And yeah, there was several things that's never been opened in there. And I like Paige Evans. I love Paige Evans. And I have used it here and there. In fact, I use the florals that I'll be using. I pulled them out of the top of the iris container, but I didn't dig down. So yeah, today I dug down. I went through everything in there so I know what I have and what I didn't have. And I had puffy stickers laying there. My plan was to use some of them on my layout. I did not. And I also had a little sun that I actually die cutted. I didn't use it on my layout, but I'm going to add that. I had a plan for that. And it's just going to go in the upper cluster. You know, I'm just going to tuck it behind there. But I die cutted it, so yeah, I'm going to use it. I got my gelatos out because they are pastels, and I wanted to use pastels on this. I didn't want something very dark. And my photo is landscape, whereas the sketch is portrait. And so it's going to take up more space. So I knew I wasn't going to have room for my title to be over on the left-hand side. So I am making my paint go up higher. Well, my gelatos, I guess it is paint. It looks like paint to me. I'm going to make it go up higher because I plan on putting my title up in the top. And I almost forgot to do my title. I'll end up putting my Heidi Swap Gold little flicks of paint on there, and it hit me. I haven't even put my title on there. So I had to, well, no, I didn't use Heidi Swap Gold. I started to. I used the butter. I got the gold out, shook it and everything. And I thought, huh, it looks like coppery stuff on here. Not really a gold, maybe more like a rose gold, I guess, maybe. Anyway, I thought, this is not going to work. So I pulled the butter out, and I did use the butter. So I'm getting ahead of myself. I am still on the gelatos and putting them on there. And I pulled out several and put in that little bowl, and I decided, oh, this is too wide. I'm going to have to get a little bit more. So I do. And then I go back to the yellow, and I just used what I had in there. I didn't get any more out. So it's kind of faded on the right-hand side, but most of it gets covered up anyway, as usual. Even though I held my picture up there, I am going to end up covering it up. Oh, here I am pulling out some more stuff. I decided I needed a doily, of course. And this is the Heidi Swap stencil. It's got like 3 or 4 things on there. And I'm using my Peacock Feathers ink and putting it on there. And I'm only going to use half of that doily, of course, you know, because you don't never hardly ever need the whole thing. But I'm going to use half on there. And that in the sketch, it shows like different things layered. My layers are going to be different from them, but I thought I'd throw a frame shape in there just because they had a top note, looked like a top note card in there, and it's a little bit different shape. And I thought, well, I've got this frame, so I'm putting it in there. And then I had a heart that I die cut out earlier, and I put it in there, and of course my doily. But laying on top of the doily is a little, it's a post-it note, and it's Maggie Holmes, but I went ahead and put it on cardstock so it'll be a little more sturdy, and it says perfect day 10 cents. And then I'm putting those flowers, and I think those flowers are from Whimsical. And yeah, I'm going to use a few of them and scatter them around my picture. And I found a banner, and I'm not sure. Some of this stuff is from Whimsical and some of it's from Pick Me Up, I believe. And maybe another Paige Evans. I bought Paige Evans, and then I could never seem to use it. I'd pull it out, look at it, change my mind. Pull it out, look at it, change my mind. And so I hadn't, other than one time in the past year, I don't even think I've even touched it in the past year. But I was determined I was going to start using it. So yeah, you're seeing it on my layout today. That happiness literally just peeled off of the sticker sheet. And I mean peeled, like the bottom part stayed and the top part came up. So I just threw some glue under there. So it's not quite high up as much as it would be otherwise, because it's not quite as thick as it was. And I did put that little bunting thing, that banner thing right there. I had fussy cut around it. It had quite a bit of white. And so yeah, I cut most of the white off. And I wanted that word smile. It just looked too pastel to go with everything else that I was putting on here. So it went off the page. And instead I put this little chipboard one that says, no worries, be happy. And the one that I put up there on the left just says, love it. And I have the butterflies, and I'm going to end up moving them around. I have that one up there, and of course the one over by the happiness, and that looks pretty gold, but in person it looks green. It's just that the gold part that's on there is really shining in the picture now, from the looks of it to me. But I moved the big butterfly down and put a smaller butterfly up there to make everything more dimensional. As you know, in art class they said the bigger things to the bottom and them getting smaller, like they're flying away, driving away, or running away, or whatever. And so that's what I did here. So I made my butterflies look like they're a little farther away. However, one of them is smaller, and it is a tiny bit closer, but that was about as close as I could get and stick with what the rest of my layout was. Yeah, I was having a hard time deciding what to put with my title. Well, I knew the words that I was going to put. It's Living the Good Life, but which letters to use? And I pulled out that darker one because I thought, well, happiness is kind of dark. Well, I held it up there and it was too dark. So then I got the pink ones out, and I didn't have the right letters. So then I got these out, and I've got the right letters. So it's Living the Good Life. And I had a hard time deciding where I wanted them. Can you tell? So yeah, I'm going to figure it out in a minute. But they're going to all go down a little bit. I'm going to have the Good Life on the picture and then have the others right above it. But see, I even tried to nestle it above the frame. So I'm going to end up, my goodness, I'm just looking at the layout. You cannot not even hardly tell the frame is there anymore. I have covered it up so much. Yeah, you can see a little bit of it peeking out here and there, but not enough to tell the shape of it, that's for sure. Oh well, that's the end of my layout. But be sure and check out the other gals below. I'll have all their links to see what they did with the same sketch this week. Sorry. But yeah, it's a awesome sketch, and I'm sure they're going to do awesome things with it. But that's the final on my layout. And there's my Living the Good Life. And of course, that cute little butterfly up there. Oh, and the hearts. Gotta have the hearts. And I covered most of them up too. And Love It, Happiness. And let's see. Oh, here's the little banner. And the other butterfly, the big one with some flowers. And if you look at that one flower over there on the right, it looks, by the tassel that I made sure I added, it looks almost blue in person, but it's a really dark green with a blue tint to it. But if you leave a comment below, I'll get back with you. Well, hopefully. Hopefully things will get back to normal on my internet. I seen where they got a grant to expand. Maybe that'll help them fix some things too. But if you leave a comment below, I'll get back with you. If you like the video and hit a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, I'd love to have you subscribe. And those of you who are, I thank you so much. And for all the lovely comments that I will catch up on. Thanks for watching. Have a happy, scrappy week and take care.